Hello everybody, my name is Bishop David O'Connell from the San Gabriel region of the Archdiocese of Los Angeles. I want to talk to you about a family that was in real crisis. You probably know this family, the family of Lazarus and Martha and Mary. They were good friends of Jesus, but Lazarus died after, seems like a short illness, and not only that, but Martha and Mary had sent a message to Jesus to come and help him, but Jesus didn't show up until Lazarus had already been in the tomb for 4 days. So not only had they had the grief of his death, of Lazarus, but the grief of feeling that Jesus had let them down, had disappointed them. But if you read in the scriptures, we see some things about this family of Martha, Mary, Lazarus that helped them to get through this crisis and to have even a whole new life of faith and joy and love of Jesus. Now, maybe your family is going through difficulties right now. We have a lot of stress on our families. You know all of them. And I want to just tell you 4 things that the family of Lazarus and Mary and Martha did that helped them in their time of crisis to move beyond the crisis to a deeper life in Jesus. The first thing, of course, is that Lazarus became a friend of Jesus. He invited Jesus into his home. They would spend time there together. There was a real loving friendship between them. In fact, in the Gospel of John, John says, now Jesus loved Lazarus and Martha and Mary. And when Jesus saw the tomb of Lazarus, he wept. He was brokenhearted. So that's the first thing that you could do even right now. Invite Jesus into your home, into your life. Become a friend of Jesus. Talk with him and spend time with him. The other thing we see about this family in the gospel is that when Jesus went to visit the house of Martha, Mary, and Lazarus, that Mary spent time just sitting at the feet of Jesus, listening to him. Wasn't that beautiful? She spent that time just to get closer to him and to hear from him, to learn from him, like being a disciple of his. That's the other thing you could do. Just spend some time each day just talking with Jesus and listening to Jesus. In fact, a very good way of listening to Jesus is to read the scriptures. That's a very good way in which Jesus speaks into your life. The other thing we see about Martha and Mary and Lazarus in the Gospel of Luke is that Martha, when Jesus came to her home, she prepared a meal, prepared the house, made things nice for the visit, made a nice meal they could share. That's also very, very important. And so in this time, maybe where you're all closed up in the house, or there's difficulty in the family, work together to make a meal together, to do things to make the room a bit nicer, to fix up the house a bit better. Work together on that, and that brings a great deal of consolation. And you'll feel better after doing that. The other thing I want to point out about the Martha and Mary and Lazarus is that about 6 days, I think, before the Passover meal, Jesus was at the house of Martha and Mary and Lazarus. This is after Lazarus had been raised back to life. They're having a meal again. They're very happy. And Mary gets some very precious ointment, and she anoints the feet of Jesus. And the aroma from this beautiful ointment fills the whole house. It's like the aroma from this act of kindness filled the whole house. Now that's what I want to talk about, is that in these days of stress and problems and unhappiness, find the time to do an act of kindness for somebody in the family, for somebody who might be lonely or unhappy or worried. Just think of each day that you're together, maybe confined right now because of the coronavirus. But think, is there some kind word, an act of kindness I could do for somebody in my family today? This act of kindness of Mary for Jesus meant a huge amount to him. In fact, Judas was saying, why wasn't this ointment sold and the money been given to the poor? And Jesus said, let her alone. This has been done to prepare me for my burial. Because Jesus was very upset and worried he was going to suffer a lot. Probably already in his heart he was feeling this suffering. And he really appreciated this act of kindness. In fact, I think Jesus imitated Mary at the Last Supper by doing an act of kindness for his apostles. But so these are the 4 things that I'd like you to think about doing to make this time of stress and worry a blessed time. Become a friend with Jesus. Invite him into your home. Spend some time each day talking to Jesus and listening to him. Take some time each day to work together, or just you alone, to make the house nice and to prepare food together. Would be wonderful that you can share together. Think about having doing acts of kindness for each other and helping each other in that way by these acts of kindness. They make a huge difference. And above all else, even though things don't turn out right, keep your faith in Jesus. Martha said, Lord, even now I know that whatever you ask God, he will give to you. So no matter what happens in the troubles in your family, just don't lose your faith in Jesus. He will help you. He will give you new life and he will bless you. Amen.